Sup nerds, welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 89. I'm Sean, I'm joined with Chris and Brandon as always.
Sup guys, this week's Omni4Game recap. We'll go over our locals as always, both Tuesdays and Fridays. We finally get caught up on those reveals, and then we look at your guys' comment questions. So if you like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you next time.
First topic, locals recap. We actually had an Evo Cup at Trinity on Tuesday, which is cool. Everyone here was in attendance. I am not going
Some
first.
of us weren't there mentally. Yeah. So going first, I basically got last place. I brought Omni DNA again. And honestly, I should be X1 instead of X3. But if I win round 1, obviously my pairings are different. We don't know how that goes. But round 1 I played against AJ playing Royal Knight. Game 1 he was able to just outpace me and just kills me. Game 2 I managed to Omni him for game before he's able to Omni me for game. And then game 3 I misplayed and I could have stunned his cool boy. Had I done that, I would have been fine. For some reason in my head I just wasn't doing math properly and was like, nah, he still has one more turn before he can Omni me. And then he Omni'd me, and I was like, oh. Because I just kept choking him to 1 every single turn. But obviously him having the cool boy added an extra memory for his play, which I had been accounting for all night. But just in that one turn, I was just like, what if I don't?
What if you didn't?
So I literally, and I kill him on the next turn if I choke him to 1. I had like everything in hand needed. I had the memory setter, 2 mat ties, and I had the starter deck Agumon coming out of Raising.
What a weird choice.
What do you mean?
Like, I can stun that guy, but I'm not gonna, even though I have lethal next turn.
Dude, I was just like, he's not gonna be able to Omni me. Like, I was just out of it. I think I'm out. As of that day, I think I was out Digi'd. Like, we had just got back from Mesquite. I was already considering skipping, but then you were like, oh, it's the Evo Cup, and I was like, all right, sure. So I go. Yeah. I'm just not there, apparently.
Okay. I mean, still, so like, you're going to get, like, participation stuff. I mean, it was worth going.
Yeah. So then next round was against Sean. He was playing Magna DNA still. That's just straight up a really bad matchup for me. Like, there's not much I can do if he's just out aggroing the piss out his low end and then sets up an immovable wall that separates into 2 dudes on the next turn. And, like, there's not much I can do. The best thing I have going for me is like taunt into Omni Ace, but that only clears 1.5 body.
Yeah.
Because it gets rid of the Magna and then pops one of the level 4s that comes out.
Yeah.
And that's assuming you don't have any dual tamer set up. And then the final round I played against Todd. He was playing Bloomlord. Game 1 he opened really fast and just OTK'd me like super fast. It was like turn 3 or 4. His 3rd or 4th turn, it was just really fast. Like, he high rolled the bejesus out of me. Had everything he needed, like the one of Digiburst level 5s, like all sorts of stuff.
What was he playing?
It was Bloom.
Okay. You mean Digisorption.
What did I say? Oh, I said Digiburst, didn't I?
Yeah. I don't think any of those cards ever got hit on the ban list, if I'm not mistaken.
Same.
I'm sorry. Grand Kawaga actually is limited to 1. Forgot.
Yeah. Same dead green archetype.
Yeah.
Game 2, I was able to keep his board cleared and stalled by stunning board with like BT21 Melga until I was basically just able to ult for game. Game 3, I just kind of threw. Like, I only ever saw 1 War Greymon, and I was pushing for lethal damage, and I swung with the War Greymon, and it died. Like, out of his 5 security, only 1 of them was a Mega, and it was the one that War Greymon checked. If that War Greymon survives, I just win. But like I said, I was pushing for lethal. And unfortunately, the only way to recycle peace at this moment is through a start of main phase effect. So I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, man, if I just had BT22 Agumon right now. I would just win. And it would be, like, no difficulty. Because I could just add my War Greymons, they get checked out of security. Because I don't know what it is with me in this deck, but it's either I have a hand of nothing but War Greymons versus War Greymon. That's how it is. Yeah, so he just basically promoted and was able to kill me. So, winless.
You did come in dead last. I checked the rankings.
Was it dead last? Yeah, that's funny. I thought there was somebody below me, but...
You were the only person that had 0 points.
Damn.
Just so you know.
I was really mentally checked out at that point. I was just ready for Switch 2.
Yeah, I could tell when we were playing that you were checked out. Alright, Chris, you're definitely going next.
Yeah, you don't say. If it wasn't obvious by the way Sean started this conversation, he's definitely not going first. Yes, we know, Sean. We were there.
The viewers weren't.
I went X2 playing Numamon. I just really didn't want to play Magidramon again. In hindsight, I probably should have brought any other deck. Like, I probably should have just brought Hunters.
Should have brought literally anything else.
I should. Well, to be honest, the deck, it wasn't a bad choice. It's just, I just did not open well. The RNG was not with me that night. Round 1, I played against Magidramon. I wouldn't say I have like a stellar matchup into it, but if I just see Edelmon into, I don't know, any of my aces on his swing, I just blow him out. Like, what's he gonna do when I Shadow Seraphie him? Like,
it's a fair point.
All right, D, did you? Yeah, like I have a very good matchup into if I just see my pieces, which I just wasn't. Like I don't remember. I Edelmoned him once, and it was like I had no follow up. Because I think all the aces are below the 13k DP threshold, so it's not like he can. Yeah, he can't Gallant
you don't
on
get blown
it.
out by a Gallant one after that.
Yeah, the RNG just wasn't with me all night. Round 2, I beat Adventure. That was sort of a tough matchup. I feel like if Will actually understands how to play the deck a little bit better, I probably would have lost that one too. That one was also like a struggle. I had times when I had like multiple lethals on game, but just like things are going wrong for me. Valkyrie Mon Ace was definitely like the best
MVP.
card.
It's a good card.
And that, yeah. Gallant X was really strong, but again, he can like pass the turn with like effects. Like you would like, I think he like hard played Melga Ace, and had enough colors to like bottom deck it. So just like stuff like that, like you just had, like Adventure has access to those cards. But I did end up getting that one 2-0. Round 3, played against Royal Knights again. I should have an okay matchup into it because I play like Floodgates. Earlier in the night, AJ had casually mentioned that he is playing Wargrowl Ace. No list I've ever seen plays that. They've also completely cut Marcus.
I've seen some.
I say that, but I have seen 1 or maybe 2. It's very rare. Very rare.
Yeah, and usually when I see it as a one of.
Yeah, very rare. He also plays Marcus. Another card I've also seen cut because Royal Knight players would just rather just play more pieces and like, you know. And Marcus and Wargrowl Ace just aren't like consistent pieces. So both my hands in both games I open up Chikurimons. So I'm like, I have to keep them because this is like my win card. You know, like, and then game 2 I saw both, which is how many I was playing. Game 1 I stick out the Chikurimon, you know, I promote. He immediately answers it with a Marcus, his one of Marcus. Okay, cool. Proceed to just kind of slowly lose from there because I can't really do anything. Game 2, saw both Chikurimon. I go, okay, so even if he Oryukin Mons it or Marcus is this one, I've got both on the field. He just Wargrowl aces me for like 3 bodies. His one of.
I
So
think
I'm
he's
like,
playing
okay.
too.
Oh, really?
If I'm not
Jesus,
mistaken.
that's even crazier. So yeah, I just it didn't go well. I ended up X2.
I feel like once you find out, I was gonna say, I feel like in that matchup, once you find out he's playing like decently consistent outs, you just hold it into your hand until it's time to just slam it on the board and tell him to deal with it. That's what I did back when I played Solarmon.
The issue with War Growl is it gains memory back, so it's not necessarily going to just pass his turn to do it.
Oh, that's right. I don't know, that's tricky then.
Yeah. There's a decent chance he keeps turn.
He did.
Well, if you choke him to
definitely
one.
did.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if he popped 3 dudes, that's a 2-drop War Growl. Pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta choke him to one every single turn.
Yeah. Just choke people more often.
Yes. Choking people is great.
Was that your last round?
Yeah.
Okay. So I took Magnex DNA. I changed a couple cards from Mesquite. Still tweaking it to my liking and for the format as well. Round 1 played against Will playing Adventure. Game 1 he saw 1 tamer and it wasn't even a memory gain tamer. I win that game super easily. They can't do anything if they don't see their tamers.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Yeah, game 2 he did a little bit of stuff, but it didn't really matter that much. I drew very well. Like I didn't draw like the absolute nuts every game, but I drew very well all night Tuesday. Round 2, who did I play? Oh yeah, I got paired down versus Brandon. I forgot. Yeah. That was
how he just hit me with the, who did I play? After I just talked about it earlier.
I don't know how I managed to forget. I'm sorry. That also wasn't really like I never felt in danger at any point in the match. He never like had it set up to where I was like, oh my god, he might be able to kill me next turn. He drew kind of slow both games, and I did not. I think he omnied me once, and like you said, it popped like 1.5 bodies because I partitioned, and then I think I Pyogemoned him again because I had enough memory to do it. Ended up winning that 2-0. And then round 3, the first tier 1 deck I played all night was Digimon against David, who was undefeated at that point.
You don't think Adventure is tier 1? I think it's on like the end, but I mean it did just win.
It was the only representation in Top Cut. I guess you could make an argument for it being tier 1.
It's on like the bridge. I don't think it's so high roll.
I don't think it's a bad deck. I mean you could argue that it's tier 1.
It has really good cards.
Yeah, I would say it's.
You need a lot to go right. Yeah, you need a lot to go right.
Yeah. But I played against Digimon. Game 1, he opened slow both games. Like it took him multiple turns to see a rookie. And I did not open slow. I drew like the nuts versus him game 1. Like he was dead in like a couple turns. Game 2, I opened a little slower, but I established a Magna X and I had a Paladin mode in my hand. I'm like, this game is over no matter how long it takes. And I choked into 1 the turn that he was very obviously going to promote and swing an Evo into Digimon. And he had gotten to the point where like he had a little bit of trash set up. And I just stole his turn with a Paladin mode because he had to pay like 2 memory for it, I think. And I just Paladin moded it. He checked 2 security. It blew itself up, and then it was my turn, and then I just killed him on my next turn.
No rebate.
Yeah, nothing for you. Get nothing. You lose, sir.
Like the best part about the Paladin too is you don't even get the analog youth because you don't have sources. It's like such a just a FU button against that deck.
It really is. And then even if you don't steal turn, like even if they're not passing turn, evoing and like they preemptively Grav Crush, you bot deck their entire trash and you might have 5 to 10 cards in your trash. They literally can't do anything.
No, the literal best part is you're doing it on top of Magna. So even if they know you have the card in hand, they can't raid retail into it and be like, yeah, go ahead, ace me here.
Yeah.
You can't do anything against it. It's got immunity. That's the best part.
It is really awesome because Digimon does nuke the board. So like if the Paladin mode wasn't immune, I would be giving them 5 memory back to do that. But he is immune, so nothing happens to him. And then even if for some reason I check like a Rival's Barrage out of their security, trying to kill them on my next turn, it pops the Paladin, I pass turn. They're set back so far that they're not going to kill me on their next turn. They need to set up their trash again. Because they're not gaining rush off the Gilmons, they're not going to be able to play the Galmons out passing turn. So like it's super free. If Magna X Paladin mode, the game is over. It doesn't matter what happens from that point forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went 3-0 and came in first. Trinity did not have the prize support in yet on Tuesday. He said it was going to come in Wednesday. Some people have gone back up there to get the prize, and they said it looks pretty good. I have not, but once I do, I'll probably, I guess, show it off for the channel or something. I probably won't go up there until Tuesday just to get it. And then on to TBS.
I stayed at home to play the Switch 2.
You did.
I caught so many Pokemons. I finished Tears of the Kingdom. Tested out some other Switch 1 games to see how they ran. It was really good.
I'm glad you had a nice evening. Nice, relaxing evening.
Yeah.
Chris?
I went X2 again. If you're paying attention, you'll notice this goes very similar to Tuesday. This time I'm playing Shine. I'm playing Ruin mode. I think it might just be your list, Sean. I might have like 1 or 2 cards different, but I can't remember. It might be just your exact list. I just built it off. Round 1 I played against Beelzemon. Sean got to witness me absolutely get high rolled some of the worst security hits I've ever seen in my entire life. I am literally potentially pushing for massive damage or just definitely double ruin moding Ben and making it impossible for him to play, and then potentially killing him the following turn because I had the burst mode in hand. I literally had a whole entire another second line ready to go and kill him the following turn. I swung with my BT12 Marcus, hit Deathslinger, blew up my level 5 stack, and then I proceeded to lose on the following turn as Sean kept walking back and forth as him and Ben kept giggling and laughing every time he drew a card and milled a card because he was absolutely hitting every perfect mill he needed to. He hit every Deathslinger, every Rival's Barrage, he hit every Wizardmon. He kept, I think he went through, 12 memory that turn. I don't know, I wasn't keeping track, I was out of it. So we go to game 2. I swing to poke at him, give him Iron Mako. Then I'm assuming that fixes his hand or helps because again, Sean starts giggling like a little schoolgirl. Ben also has a shit-eating grin on his face.
No, that happened when you checked a desk. No, that happened when you checked Iron Mako first. Check out of security. That's when he grinned.
That was game 2.
Yeah.
When I hit the Iron Mako out, I then proceeded to lose real hard. So that game was really fun. I really didn't. Okay. I mean, and that's gonna happen the rest of the night too. Game 2, I play against Necromon. My deck is working real hard against me at this point. I should easily just handle this deck. Now, the Necromon can come out and just if I don't double proc the Ruin mode, if I just have to single proc it, he can just kill it by just playing out the Necromon. Mm-hmm. Which doesn't matter too much, especially if I have another Digimon setup. But I was constantly missing, I would be able to build one stack and then be constantly missing pieces for another stack. So it was just a very slow, grindy game. I did manage to pull it out. I think I had to burst mode him for both games, but I think game 1 I literally had to go through 3 ruin modes just not to die. It's just my deck was working extremely hard against me. I just was seeing the wrong cards at the wrong time. and it was like the stacks weren't well. Like there would be times where like I need to see the BT13 Geo for the extra memory game, but the only one I had was BT21
EX4.
Well, I already had. I'm sorry. Yes, EX4. Anyways, and then round 3 I played against McGeedramon. I didn't see a level 4 for multiple turns. Game 1, while Dante, no joke, built a stack, and he could easily go into McGeedramon and start doing massive damage. This man digivolved into Wargrowl X to pass turn, and he was just like, I hope you can't answer this. And guess what I could not do? Answer it.
Never punished.
And then I played the deck so much. I played McGeedramon so much. I see his trash. I know he has a McGeedramon in hand. I'm like, I don't know if he plays Gravity Crushes, because I think the first time he built the deck, I don't know if he had them.
Mm-hmm.
I had to play another memory boost because I still haven't seen a level 4. Finally find it, but it passed turn. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm dead. And then he promotes his Guillaumon. He goes, why did I promote that? And like, I'm looking at lethal on his board if he swings with the Guillaumon first, and then activates the Grav Crush, goes into Megadrumon, and then just swings with it.
Yeah.
And he's just like, man, why'd I promote this? And I'm like, oh my god, please don't. I was like, Dante, don't see the line. Don't see it. I was like, please don't. And then he activates Grav Crush, and I'm like, okay, no, it's game. And then he Digivolves into the McGeedramon and kills me. And like, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at his trash, and he's just like, he's doing all his effects in order. I've already checked all my security, and there's just a Rush Guillaumon sitting there. I'm like, is there a chance he doesn't? Is there a chance
he doesn't play it?
Yeah. Is there a chance? And then he's like looking, and he plays it out, and he goes, how many cards do you have in trash? I go, Dante, you have so many cards in trash.
You have 30 cards in your trash.
Yeah. I was like, it doesn't matter. And he's still doing his effects. All I need him to do is turn that Guillaumon sideways. But I'm like, maybe he doesn't attack with it. And he finishes all his effects, and he like looks down at the Guillaumon, and he like picks it up, and he puts it back down. And he goes, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So then game 2
rolls.
Yeah, game 2, also pretty bad, except for I saw level 4 this time. Another thing happened in game 1. When he swung with his McGeedramon, he hit BT13 Marcus out on like the first check. Mm-hmm. So it came out, and I activated it to give it minus 3,000 DP. And I'm like, if there is any level 6 in here, I might be okay.
Yeah.
Nothing, because remember, he has a security attack +1, nothing. Final security check, the one that he trashes off the War Growlmon, is the level 6. So, like, that's the kind of RNG I'm dealing with. I just needed any of those other swings to just, like, be able to have another turn.
Yeah.
And then game 2, not much, just more bad RNG that can happen with Shine Greymon sometimes, especially going up against, like, pretty fast deck like McGeedramon. I think I was missing out on level 6s for a while. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't seeing them. By the time I saw my first one, it was just too late. Like, there's nothing I can do. So yeah, I went X2. Might as well not even shown up. I should have just stayed home and played the Switch 2 as well.
Hey, at least you beat Necromon.
Yeah, yay! Yay!
Can confirm, staying home playing Switch 2 was the correct call.
It also, I mean, me and Sean, I think we play tested for like an entire hour.
Before
like we basically, yeah, me and Sean did get around 4 because we played like a whole hour before the tournament, because it was the Magic release for the Final Fantasy set.
Yeah, very packed in there.
It was funny. I went up front to buy my soda, and it's like 8 o'clock something, and normally we start around 7. And AJ's like, "What are you doing up here?" I was like,
"Yeah, it started the tournament, my guy."
I was buying a soda, and we're still waiting for you to start the round. He goes, "Oh no!" He's like, "I completely forgot." He had just completely forgot for who knows how long.
Oh god! Good thing we only had 3 rounds instead of 4, dude. That would have been soul crushing.
Yeah. Which was fine because me and you got to play. We practically played 2 rounds because we played like 6 games.
Yeah, I was fine with us starting late since I knew we weren't playing 4 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, "There's no way we were playing 4 because of the amount of people we had. I was like, we're guaranteed only gonna be 3.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember if it was Ben. Ben was like, no, we'll play 4.
No, that wasn't. That wasn't Ben. I think that was Will.
Oh, was it Will? Okay. Yeah, Will was like, no, we're gonna play 4, and I'm like, no, we're not.
No,
There's
we're not.
no way for us to play 4.
No way we play 4. We
Yeah.
do not have the threshold.
No, not at all.
So I brought Magnex DNA again. Still tweaking my list. Ben and I actually did a little exercise this week, where we each built each other's decks because we have different deck building philosophies. And it was actually a fun exercise. I built Bilzamon for him. He built Magnex DNA for me. He changed several cards out, and I ended up tweaking my list a little bit. I didn't full switch over to what he had built because I disagreed heavily with 2 of the card choices, and switched those out for something else. But I switched out.
What were they?
He had 2 Hexablows in his list, and I was like, it's not as good as it seems. Like, it feels good at first, and then you realize once you go into it, it just sits there. So he had 2 in his list, and I did not play Hexablow in mine.
I mean, I would still just turn the Hexblow sideways for 2 potential damage. If it dies, cool. Partition, go into a new one.
That's not how partition works. That's not how partition works.
Oh yeah, because it has to be by not battle.
Yeah, if he dies, you get nothing. You lose.
Never mind.
That's why he just sits there. Because he does not get jamming because he is not a free trade. So it's less good in my deck because you can't just give it jammings. Like, you can't just... Obviously, you can just be like, I'm not dying to security and just swing with it.
Why can't Iceclad work against security Digimon battles?
If we're being for real, like, I mean, it would make it a lot better. But anyways, I have play tested enough and I think I had 2 Hexablows. No, I had 1 Hexablow on my list in Mesquite. I'd gone from 2 to 1, and now I'm playing none. But I made several changes based on his recommendations, and he made... I don't know how many changes to his Bills list, but I'm pretty sure it was quite different than what he had been doing up to this point. He said it felt really good. He changed like 2 cards, I think. But he was playing basically my Bills list last night, and I was playing like mostly his Magna X DNA list. Round 1, I got a bye. I almost wasn't in the tournament for some reason. I was forgotten about and I wasn't entering the tournament because everyone got their pairings, and I was like, I don't have, like, this still says a tournament hasn't started yet.
Yeah, it was weird because that happened with someone else that had a buy later on. It was like showing up like yours, which was really weird. I was like, I don't know why that's happening, but you were in the tournament. It just wasn't, like, for some reason showing up on there.
Yeah, like, I registered, like, I could pull the tournament up, but it was like, hey, the tournament hasn't started yet. But everyone else is like, yeah, I have my pairings right here. And I'm like, but AJ fixed it. I ended up getting the bye round 1, which, you know, whatever. Free win. Round 2, I play against Todd playing Diaboromon. Game 1, I draw very close to the absolute nuts. Bye, Brandon. I was very close to the absolute nuts game 1 against Todd, and there's like nothing he can do. Even if he draws the nuts, my nuts are better than his nuts.
They're just bigger. They're like Randy Marsh nuts.
Yeah, my nuts are way bigger than Dia's nuts. So I win game 1 easily. Game 2, I'm struggling to see a particular piece. I think I was missing an XV for like the longest time, and another rookie. And I actually contemplated scooping because he had, up to that point, he had opened kind of slow too, but was pinging me down with his searching rookies because I just wasn't doing anything. But I was like, I'm gonna choke him to 1. I don't think he can kill me here. He could not. And then he promoted, went to a Dia and did stuff, and I was like, alright, I still can't keep turn, but I can at least Pyodramon him and stun his board. And I'm pretty sure he can't kill me one more time. And I did it, and he couldn't out the Pyodramon either on his turn, and I was like, sick. And then on my next turn, I went into a Magna, started swinging his stuff, and eventually he got to a point where I think he could have killed me, because he wouldn't have been able to kill me, I don't think, but I think he may have. It would have been scary. But he countered his trash, which I was going to play around Armageddon regardless, but he did look at his trash before he started his turn, and I knew he was counting it. So on his first swing, which was my last security, I just Paladin mode him, and he was at 2 memory, so like he can't even play the BT5 Armageddon because it costs 3 if you pop a token. And everything else.
It costs $60 to some people.
It does cost $60 sometimes too. All of the rest of his stuff was suspended and stunned from a Pyodramon that I had gone into the last turn. Or did I swing over all of his tokens? I don't remember. Either way, he could only swing with the Mega on his field, and he would have been able to drop an Armageddon for I'm not sure exactly how much memory, but probably pretty cheap. But I Paladin mode him. He couldn't stop it. He checked his security, survived, whatever. He did have like 4 dudes on the field, and he hard dropped a level 5 level 4, a Kurisarimon, to pass turn. And I had seen Cyberdramon Ace. It's like, obviously he's like, I'm gonna Cyberdramon Ace you, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna bot deck that guy first, and I'm gonna start swinging at you with this Paladin mode, and I just have to dodge Catastrophe Cannon, which I had seen out of security, or Ultimate Flare if he's playing it. I hadn't seen that, but I had seen Catastrophe Cannon revealed, so I was like, if I dodge Catastrophe Cannon and you don't de-eve on my Paladin mode, I win. Like, it's game over, and I didn't check it, and I just killed him. I just kept bot decking all of his stuff and just swung at him like 5 times. Very close to losing, though.
Playing like an old Force player.
Yeah.
That's another crazy another crazy little lore little setup there, because in the second Omnimon movie, or like the O2 version, Paladin mode is the one who kills Armageddon. So it would make sense that it's super counter
anti-Armageddon. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because all their tokens have no sources, so if it comes out, you're like swinging for a billion swings, because you can just... It just makes sense. Yeah, it's just like that's another little lore thing. Yeah,
it felt pretty nice. I was very close to just scooping, so we had plenty of time for game 3. But I was like, maybe I can potentially grind this out, and I managed to do it. But that was the closest game I had all night. Round 3, play against Ben playing Beals. He's undefeated up to this point. Unfortunately for Ben, and fortunately for me, that is a horrendous matchup for him. Like, super duper bad, because I can just go into Pyodramon and just start aggroing his security, and if I check a removal option, I'm like, dope, go into another one, swing at you some more. And then once I go...
It must feel nice.
It's pretty sick. Like, he's upset. If Pyodramon checks a removal option, he is upset about it, because it means more swings.
And he was pretty happy when it happened to me.
I mean, obviously, your Rise Greymon doesn't float into another Rise Greymon that can swing 2 more times.
It should!
I don't think I ever checked any removal out of security between either game, but also, the Pyodramon is bad enough, but once I go into a Magna X, he's on a clock, and he can't do anything about it. Like, because even after the turn after I go into it and swing into security, if I check a rival's first check, it just armor purges me, and I can just go into another one. Like, it's not gonna do anything. So yeah, I win that 2-0 pretty easily. The only way he can win that is if I open slow and he like turbo high rolls me and kills me before Magnex touches the field, because it becomes very difficult once Magnex is on the board for him. So I ended up winning that 2-0 and coming in first. And then after we played round 3, I was like, hey, can we trade decks? Because me and him had been playtesting with each other's decks all week just to figure out like lists for each other. And I tweaked his deck back to my version, and he tweaked my deck back to his version, and we played. He won game 1 because he established Magna X before I was able to do anything. And then I beat him games 2 and 3 because he struggled to see pieces, which those are the games you're going to lose, is when you can't play the game.
And then Sean looked him in the eyes and says, I'm better.
I'm just better. Unfortunately, I forgot to mention something like that. But yeah, I did beat him with his own deck after 2-0ing him in tournament. Yeah. And then came in turbo first because I beat him 2 times in a row. Got some decent store credit for only 7 people. I got $30.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think he was only top 2, so...
Oh yeah, that's right, because we only paid out top 2. Because I was like, that's more than I expected, but I forgot we only did top 2 payout. That explains that. Yeah, good week for me. The only games I dropped weren't in tournament all week.
Yeah, Ben did knock out the only good matchup against you in the first round.
He did, and I really appreciated that. That was one of the things that was... that was one of the reasons why I thought it was funny that he was like high rolling you, is because you were my worst matchup in the room, just because you are capable of keeping me from doing stuff for a turn or 2. No one else has any meaningful interaction.
I think I won both. Now, did I win both of the little matches we played before? I mean, I didn't. It was like 2-1 both times, or was it?
I think you. I can't remember for sure. I thought I won the first match, but you definitely won the second one.
Okay.
But it was. You were able to ruin mode me, but I also was struggling to see pieces, and that's when I re-sleeved before the tournament started.
Right. You're like, I gotta re-sleeve.
Yeah, I gotta re-sleeve. I'm starting to clump.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thankfully it didn't brick until after the tournament was over when Ben was playing it. All right, weekly reveals. Weeklies in air quotes. We got
massive air quotes.
Yeah, we got quite a bit to go over. Starting off with the Metal Greymon Alterous mode. This is an adventure card. On player, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less, and then your turn, when any of your Digimon are Tamers with Garurumon or Taikami and their names are played, or any of your Digimon Digivolve into a Digimon with Garurumon in its name, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Greymon in its name in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable your turn plus 4K.
So this is
I don't know if it's just me, but the art looks kind of weird. I'm hoping it looks better in person. I don't like how the arm looks.
It looks like a PS2 video game screenshot.
Yeah, it just looks like the
maybe PS3.
Yeah, it's just like the art style. It's mainly the arm, and that's the unfortunate part because it's like what's dominating the screen. Yeah. Or I'm hoping the card just looks better in person. It's just like the scan. But other than that, yeah, obviously this is a really good card, especially for adventure and the alter B deck. So
yeah. Also, this is gonna have an altar and an SP that we found out about. So I mean, you don't have to play the base.
Oh, so that's the SP.
Yeah, this is the SP. No, I'm sorry. This isn't the one that has SP. This does have an alt art though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, obviously really good. I mean, how many would you even play? You play 4 of this?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna start cooking until like we get closer to the set because I'm worried about regionals.
Yeah.
But
I think the good aspect is it 0 on Metal Greymon?
No, it costs 1 memory. 1 memory.
That's not too bad. And at least it's also got the, if it's evolving on a Greymon.
It only costs 3. It's not just 4 no matter what, which I like.
Yeah, I believe the other ones were all like, hey, this is a hard 4 unless it's on Metal Greymon.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. Okay.
Then we have Blitz Greymon. It is an ace. It has Alliance and Blocker. On play, when Digivolving to Evo 3, one of your opponent's Digimon. End of your turn, 2 of your Digimon may Digivolve into Omnimon Alterous in the hand. Then one of your Digimon may attack. Inheritable, security attack plus 1.
I mean, pretty good. Evo 3.
I do
Alliance
not-
blocker.
Yeah, I do not like the art. That's the only thing I really don't like about this.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Sean, it doesn't matter.
We're getting-
'Cause we know,
we're getting
we
the alt
know you're gonna be getting the alt art, so hush. This will be blocked out of your memory.
Sorry, I can't critique the art.
Except for when Brandon plays it, you'd be like, "Ew, that's nasty."
Like,
Get
what-
these and then show
what
off your
card is
alt
that?
art. Yeah.
What card did you use? Oh yeah.
The art looks okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's
could've-
very average.
They are hiding Blitzgrammon's like coolest design parts. Like you can't even tell that his arms
Jets?
are cannons.
Oh, okay.
It just looks
Yeah.
like he's a regular dude just standing there.
I think it looks alright. Obviously, it's a pretty cool card. I like it. I mean, I'm sure you guys are hyped for this deck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My concern is that it's going to be better to play Alter S in Adventure than it is in like an actual like Alter S Turbo deck.
I will say if something happens and you DNA into Alter S and you've got this and the crest underneath it and something happens, but that's a 10 memory for your opponent.
No, that's
rip.
You go into this Alter S.
Oh, I know, but I'm talking, they're gonna be like those pure players that are playing this, the Alter S Ace, and then like the Crest Ace, and if like something happens there.
Alter S isn't an ace.
Oh, you're right, it's not. What am I
He's
thinking?
a normal dude.
Yeah, thankfully
Yeah,
he's
he's
not.
just a normal
Otherwise, his end of attack effect, which is optional, I believe, but it would immediately
Right.
give your opponent 5 memory.
Yeah, it would trigger it, duh.
Yeah,
I don't know why I thought it was an ace.
yeah.
Because you're
Yeah, so.
stupid.
Ideally, you never have the overflow happen
Yes.
with the way the deck's supposed to work. Then we have all 4 support Vmon. Your turn when this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with Vmon in its name, reduce the Evo cost by 1. That is not once per turn, which as we have learned is pretty good if you're playing armors or getting de-evoed or whatever.
Pretty good.
Inheritable all turns once per turn when the Digimon with Vmon in its name would leave the battle area by your opponent's effects. By suspending the Digimon, it doesn't leave.
I am
It's-
unsure if this card gets played in Null Force. I'm gonna be real.
I mean, it's a really good protection effect. It would have been nice if it...
Level 4 has it.
Huh?
The level 4 also has it.
Okay, well, that's fair, but I wish it I wish it included battle, because, like, why not?
Why doesn't it just say
It's
evade?
usually gonna have
Well, evade's
jamming,
worse, my guy.
right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is power
Because
creep
this is
evade.
battle. This is battle area. Period. Like.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, battle area.
Like
period.
superior
Okay,
mode's
yeah.
effect, as Brandon has learned.
Right.
As I have learned, I don't know
Yes.
why you're going to keep bringing that up. It's just
I mean, just an
I learned
example for the
something new.
people. Yeah, this is... It's funny that it's once per turn. It's like,
Yeah.
why not make it just all turns? If you can unsuspend, you can
also-
unsuspend,
This is
Yeah.
also Cyber Sleuth art.
He is a
Clearly in the
CS.
tunnels.
He's a CS trait Digimon, and he evils on top
Yeah.
of CS trait.
And just the background and stuff is from Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah. Digimon. When digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play 1 tamer card with Digimon in its text from your hand without paying the cost. The inheritable is the same as the Vmon, as Brandon mentioned. You're definitely playing in this in all
Now
fours.
this one, yeah, this one's definitely not that bad because how many cards do they have that play out tamers?
they're
all
level
fours.
6s.
Yeah, all fours plays out
Yeah,
tamers.
He
so
plays
like,
all
this
the
helps you.
tamers.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
blue tamers. This
so-
is really good because, as I recall, even if you include the promo Digimon that we have now, or that some people have, because it's like $100, I think we only have 2 good level 4s that you'd want to play in the deck.
Yeah,
Not counting this
BT11
guy.
in the promo.
Yeah. So one of those probably gets cut a little bit into to play this guy at 4, I would imagine.
Probably
Yeah.
the promo for no specific reasons.
No particular
No
reason.
specific reason. Yeah.
It's unfortunate both this and the Vmon are common. Thanks, Bandai.
Yeah,
The Vmon's rare.
No, it's not. I literally looked at it. You're
Oh,
right.
are you sure?
Am I okay? I
guess not.
I could have sworn I looked at it and saw a C on it, and I just forgot to say something. I'm just not here. My bad. You're
Yeah,
right,
C
Brandon.
stands for can't read.
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, the one that you're probably playing 4 of is the common.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, Bandai. I hate it. Seems cool. I'm excited to pick all 4 stuff back up at some point, but I'm not in a big rush to do it.
A big hurry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting on my arenas and my Altart BT11s.
Yeah, I sold out of my all 4 stuff a long time ago when it was still worth money before it got hyped up again. Titamon Ace has Scapegoat, and then on play when Digivolve, you may play 1 level 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. All turns, all of your version 4 trait Digimon gain blocker and retal.
I don't know. It's whatever.
I mean, this is very specific as to what you could play it in.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's okay because like you Evo into it, it plays a dude out, and then that dude has blocker retal. So like you're acing just a block with retal, and that's it. Scapegoat.
Having Scapegoat on Ace is pretty nice.
Yeah, that definitely helps. That's like the best part of this whole card.
Agreed. Other than that, he's just like, he's hyper specific. I mean, you have to be playing DM to even get
DM trait.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we have to see what like the deck looks like before like
dude.
passing.
It's a shame we're not getting a pre-release for this EX set because like there's several aces that are rares. It would have been fun to play pre-release. Like, oh, you didn't pull any? That sucks. Oh, didn't mean to click out of it. Then we have Hyandramon Ace. On play when Digivolving, by placing 1 8,000 DP or lower Digimon as the bottom security card, trash your opponent's top security card. That's yours or your opponent's Digimon. All turns, once per turn, when any of your version 3 trait Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing your top security card, they don't leave. That's pretty good.
See, it is pretty cool. I would like the idea more that if and I can't see this is a problem because I don't remember if any of the version 3 cards had like security effects, like when trashed from security you can like play it out. Like I think that would just be really cool.
Hey, did you guys notice this is a yellow vaccine?
I did.
Yeah. Yes. I was waiting for you to say it. That is your thing.
So obviously it's not full Diminamon because it is once per turn, but this includes battle, which is something that Dom does not.
Yes.
And obviously he can protect himself because he's a version 3 trait.
Right. It seems like a cool card.
Mostly be used.
We'll just have to wait. Again, we're gonna have to look at the entire set and like really put it together and see like what, because you know what this set really reminds me of?
EX1.
EX1, yeah. Where it's like we're getting all these very like you're not gonna be able to play a whole lot of these cards with other decks like outside of like Machine Dramon and like some of the other cards, but like this is a very narrow set where it's like they want you to play these cards with these cards.
Yeah,
and I think those are some of like the worst sets.
It is because usually those archetypes that they're introducing to us aren't going to be good enough to like do anything relevant in the meta. So like this is looking like, unless Alter S ends up being like super broken, it's quite possible that this set is not going to impact the meta in any relevant way, and we're just going to be waiting for BT22.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This seems like a stepping stone to 22. Like it's just like, hey, here's a little speed bump till 22.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Adventure will have the Alter S stuff. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only like I think that might be the only thing that might be so far from what we've seen. Machine Dramon seems like it might be
playable.
I can see people picking him back up. Yeah. Well, because Machine Dramon literally has like, hey, I can kill you in 1 turn now. Like if they see the right pieces, they're like, hey, you're dead.
If they see the right pieces.
If
Man, it'd be a shame if they didn't have any more sources to protect themselves with.
All the Imperial Dramon Paladin mode aces have randomly disappeared from everyone's decks. Those are gone.
I'm not even talking about Paladin mode, dog. There's another card.
And Ken and Davis. Those cards are also gone.
Okay.
I mean, you can have Ken and Davis as long as you have Davis and Ken.
Source Strip just isn't a mechanic in Digimon.
You're right, yeah.
If you don't act like it
can't
happens,
hurt us.
you can ignore it. Yeah.
Source Strip isn't a mechanic.
Sean could be like, hey, strip those sources. I'd be like, no.
I refuse.
No.
Yeah. No.
Marimon, main once per turn by paying 2 memory. This Digimon gains raid and piercing for the turn. Then this Digimon may attack, inheritable your turn plus 2k.
Obviously we'll get to Jimmy Ken.
It's so
Because
dumb.
Jimmy Ken is like how you're supposed to use this card in conjunction with it.
Why?
But on paper, it's hot garbage.
Even if you turn it into a wind digivolving effect, it's still hot garbage.
Yeah. The funny part is, like, it seems like his actual cards are really bad, but Jimmy Ken itself is just Galaxy 2.0.
It's so good.
He seems good, but this card right here sucks.
His actual Digimon cards are bad, but the Tamer itself is like, hey, not bad.
Yeah, the Tamer has some potential for sure.
Yes.
Then we have Blue Marimon, which has Alliance, and then main once per turn by paying 3 memory, you may play 1 play cost 5 or lower Digimon card with a flame or CS trait from your trash without paying the cost. Then this Digimon may attack, inheritable your turn. This Digimon with the flame or CS trait gains Alliance.
It seems okay. I mean, obviously the whole. I mean, we see what the combo is. You digivolve into this, you activate its effect, play the Marimon back out, and then you attack Alliance. Oh, cool. I don't know. I guess people will maybe play this for the inheritable. I doubt it because like the adventure decks already have like.
Well, this is CS.
Oh, CS. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'd play it for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see, because you could digivolve into this and then like activate the Jimmy and then like tuck it under, so now it has the inheritable, and then you're going to another Digimon, etc., Galaxy shenanigans.
Yeah.
I could see this seeing way more play in a Galaxy style CS deck than in anything else.
I think that's what we're going to be saying a lot as we get more and more BT22 cards.
Yeah.
Back to EX9, Mamamon Collision. Then on play, when digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 play cost 4 or lower DM trait card among them without paying the cost. For each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, add 1 to this effect's play cost maximum. Turn the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn, de-evo 1 of your opponent's Digimon.
That's really good for Machinimon. For beginners, we get the when attacking inheritable, which is the second one we have now, because you can just pair that with the Megidramon.
The Megadramon? Yeah.
Yeah, so now you don't have to play multiple copies of the Megadramon. You can just play, splits versions of these, so you can have multiple of these effects. And then the on play when digivolving also isn't bad. I don't know, like, I'm just probably going to build regular Machinedramon and then just tech these cards in. Because I don't want to have to, like, do the whole bottom, card thing and, like, get unlucky and have the Machinedramons or Chaos Dramons underneath them. Like, I'm never seeing those cards again. But just, like, these inheritables and stuff are pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. Collision on level 5 is,
yeah, it's pretty scary.
No. Collision
Very
on level 5. It's like the Marimon getting raid and piercing at 5,000 DP. I'm like, okay.
Very scary.
My Digimon's a Mega. I will block.
Here's my Collision with my level 5. Okay.
I guess I have to block. You got me. Analog Youth. Start of your main phase. You may place 1 card from your hand face down as any of your DM trait Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Your turn when face down cards are placed as any of your Digimon's Digivolution cards. By spinning this Tamer, gain 1 memory. Then if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. Opponent turn, all of your Digimon with face down Digivolution cards gain reboot.
So, obviously, you're not going to be play this in anything else other than DM.
Yeah.
The worst part is, I hate how they put that restriction on the end there.
They capped the card draw.
That is so dumb. I don't know why. Maybe in their playtesting with this deck or their building of this like archetype, they were like, you are going to have either no cards in your hand or you're going to have so many cards in your hand.
Yeah, you're going to have 30 cards in your hand.
And if it's literally no cards in hand, that's really bad because typically you're probably losing at that point. I mean, look at Heavy Metal. That deck's just bad because, again, you have no cards in your hand.
Well, the point of that deck is to have no cards in hand, but yeah.
No, I know, but like it's like you want to be able to have play lines and like have options, and you got to have cards in your hand to do that. So it's like just having to play a Tamer to hopefully draw some more cards.
It's a weird stipulation to have because all it's doing is replacing the card you tucked. So like I don't understand why they felt the need to put that cap on it.
It's just very strange. I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody will figure it out.
I mean, I guess if you get multiples out, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, you've gotten multiples out. I feel like you should have payoff for that. It's like, imagine Cool Boy having a cap like that where you only draw a card if you have 7 or fewer. It just seems bad.
It's just
I
like,
don't this.
yeah, and it's just like DM right now just screams to me. It's so RNG because like it's like green gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, it's like hopefully I hit the right cards off the top of my deck. With this one, it's just like hopefully I don't tuck the wrong cards underneath my stack. You know what I mean? It just feels very weird to me. And I'm sure someone out there's been grinding this out and been like, I found the sauce. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Rise Greymon. We've already. Yeah, this is high quality.
Yeah, it's high quality.
Excited for this though.
Oh no, this is the normal art. Remember when we had it revealed? It was the Judge Pack art.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like we've gone over this card though.
Yeah.
I am excited for it. But so this is the alt art for the Alterous mode.
That looks so much better. So much better.
I really like the fact that it has the same gray, cloudy background as the alt arts from the original Alterous deck. The only issue with that is like everything kind of looks the same if you're just flipping through your hand real quick. But I do like that it matches them.
This looks so much better. See how the arm looks this time? It looks good. And the other one, it just looks like Sean said, it's like a PS2 graphic. Like this, this is how it should look. Very sharp, very nice.
It's so weird because he almost looks like Rise Greymon. Like let's just compare. His cannon is off to the side. They're like, hey, this is like the coolest part of this Digimon. We're just gonna have it like off of the image because you know. Then we have the Sagittarius mode alt art.
I like it. I mean, they kind of went more with like a realistic look where his like fur is wet and you can see that it's like tucked. It's like on.
He is shooting things out of his shoulders.
Oh, those are those the weird blade things.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're like blades, but he can also shoot them. It's like a whole thing.
Okay.
They're not attached to him. I can't remember what they're called in the Gundam universe. You probably also want to understand that reference.
I wouldn't.
But like they have these like autonomous like little machines that like shoot lasers out. That's kind of what his are. They're not actually like attached to him. They're like
just
floating off of him.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the art looks pretty good.
This is a high quality Eater human form. We've gone over this because it's a Judge Pack card. Looks okay. Skull Greymon. This card is also treated as a level 4 for Chimeramon's Assembly, which is the secret rare we've seen now. On play, when Digivolving, for each of this Digimon's face down sources, trash the top card of your deck. Then you may return one DM trait Digimon card from your trash to the hand. On deletion, you may play one level 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable, on deletion, you may play one level 4 or lower Digimon card with the DM trait from your trash without paying the cost.
Yeah, okay.
I think the best part of this card is the white border. I really like that. I think it looks really cool.
That is probably going to look pretty sick in person, yeah.
Yeah, it's a rare, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's definitely the best part of that entire card. I like that.
The effect really cool. Is whatever. Then we have.
I think they could have gone harder on this.
I mean, this is just.
This is regular.
Yeah,
okay.
This is the regular rare.
Okay.
I still agree with your. I still agree with your statement.
Yeah.
But
I'm remembering the Altar brand shared with us. Okay, that's what I thought this was.
Yeah. Ty and Matt, on play you may return one Digimon card with Greymon, Gurumon, or Omnimon in its name from your trash to the hand. If this effect didn't return, draw one. All turns when any of your Digimon are played or Digivolved by spinning this tamer, gain one memory if you have a Digimon with Greymon in its name, then gain one memory if you have a Digimon with Gurumon in its name. Why wasn't the on play also start a main phase? I feel like it should have been also start a main phase.
Yeah. That is the one thing stopping me from actually probably playing this card. I don't think this does.
Hey, I was gonna say this just feels like it's weaker compared to the other one you have.
Yep.
Right? You wouldn't play this over that one.
It's cool that it recycles a piece, but we're literally getting a better piece recycler next set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a bot. So it's going to cost 1 less memory, and you can make it cost 1 to 2 memory with Miraculous Mega.
And
So unfortunately, I don't think this sees play at all. If maybe as a one of, but like I don't think I do. I'm just gonna aim for getting 1 alt-art and call it a day.
it just seems like a worse version of BT17.
Yeah.
By a country mile, because it doesn't do anything once you get into an Omnimon.
Yeah.
Like your level 6s are what let you swing with that one, but like maybe this one could be like, oh, end of your turn if you have a Digimon with Omnimon in name unsuspended or something stupid like that.
Yeah. It would have been really, really good if it was start of main, but
Yeah. If it would have been on play start of main, it's 100% like a 2 or a 3 of.
yeah. Whatever. Oh, okay, I can't read that. Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to go down.
Alright, so Omnimon Alter S, which they've... Unfortunately, these cards were already printed before they realized the error. This card has already been errated.
Yep.
So maybe we'll get a common...
An EX set.
Yeah, we'll maybe get a common version of this in an errata pack sometime down the line. Or they'll just be like, hey, you need to know what this does, even though it doesn't say what it does. It's a DNA Digivolve with a blue and a red level 6, or you hard evo for 5 on top of blue or red level 6. Or a DM trait for 5 as well. When Digivolving, if DNA Digivolving your opponent's Digimon effects, which actually this is the wrong version, so I'll go ahead and read how it's supposed to work. If DNA Digivolving, your opponent's effects don't affect this Digimon for the turn, then delete all of the Digimon with the highest level. End of attack, you may play 1 card with Greymon in its name, or the version 1 trait, and 1 card with Greymon in its name, or the version 2 trait from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. If this effect played, place this Digimon as your top security card. So this guy's immune to... This guy is literally Magna X for the turn.
Yep.
So that includes security options, aces, whatever. And the fact that he poops back out 2 dudes to then do it again. If you have enough of these in your hand, you can just OTK your opponent. There's nothing they can do.
And the thing is, you could even like mess around with it as well, because Adventure has 2, now 4 level 5s with the Garu and Gray trait. You could spam out instead, while also triggering off Our Courage United to spam even more bodies out that are all of Rush, same route. So you can OTK so easily with this deck.
Yes.
It is bonkers.
Once you get set up, it could be pretty scary for your opponent if you have the right cards in hand. This guy not being an adventure card is nice. That means he's unsearchable, but they do draw cards off Our Courage and stuff like that. So
yeah, they just have this random little option cards like, hey, just draw 2.
just draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
And then
Also,
we're gonna float into a body.
Yeah.
Palmon is also a discard draw too, so
True. Yeah.
so you probably start playing Palmon again.
At least you're discarding something for that. With Our Courage Unite, it's just, hey, draw 2.
Hey, draw 2.
Yeah. So they wrote on here, the guy in the basement, the singular translator, said your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect this Digimon for the turn, when actually it's just all of their effects, period. Just so you guys know.
That poor guy.
Yeah.
And if you look right there, there's the Devimon.
Yeah, then we have a Devimon, which is this tiny little image right here. It has training, which is the thing where you get to like bot deck top card of your deck in raising. And then when attacking, or not bot deck, bot source.
Yeah.
When attacking once per turn, by placing your deck's top card face down as Digimon's bottom source, delete 1 of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. For every 2 of the Digimon's face down sources, add 1 of the effect's level's maximum, and inheritable is retail. Cool.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. Then we have an alt art for Mirai.
Ben is losing it.
Yeah, Ben's super stoked. He's super happy about that. And then we have alt art for Kaguyamon. I really hope for some reason you just can't play Puppetmon stuff in this, or not Puppetmon, but Cinderella stuff in this deck.
Oh,
like
all just new stuff.
It's all just new stuff. Because
they don't play like one puppet card in there and be like, no, puppets are good. It's like you're playing one card.
Yeah, I just don't want Ben to be able to say Cinderella's good.
Right.
Then we have alt art of Cernumon, which is the
They finally got their
the
they
Wind
finally got their
Guardian
boss
level
monster.
7.
Took a couple sets, but they got it.
Yeah, they finally got it. Then we have Alt Art Analog Youth.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it probably looks better in person. I'm assuming the stuff back here is textured. The scan kind of looks meh, but I feel like with texture it probably looks pretty cool.
The best alt art in the set next to Alter S stuff.
Meat. Alt art.
Facts.
It looks like he's about to sling meat. Like he's like...
Dude, he is.
Oh, he is.
He's about to just...
They're all eating the schmeat.
They really are, dude. This is so
Agumon is
inappropriate.
slanging meat. Yeah, Agumon's slanging his meat, man.
Well, good thing this isn't a children's card game, you know.
Definitely not.
It's literally not. The player base is all of drinking age.
Will is not a drinking age.
I mean,
the only one that's new here is the Gold Gardramon, right?
I think the Togemon's new too. Unless they're all high quality versions. I think we've actually read this guy.
No, I don't think we've read this one.
It was a normal Gardramon. I could be wrong.
The
reading the Gargo
Gargomon
and the
we've
Toga.
read. I think the Toga and the Gardro we have not.
You might be right. We'll read them anyway. Yeah, who cares?
The majority of the player base is of drinking age, I should say. Yes, there are some children, but it's this is a man's card game. It's not, or I'm sorry, an adult's card
It's
game.
not for boys and girls.
No kids.
I mean,
allowed.
yeah. Have you seen Lilithmon, Angelmon, Lady Devimon, Venusmon, Hydrussy? There's that one. There's a lot of.
Oh, definitely. You can't
Yeah,
you can't forget Hydrussy.
never forget. Togemon, which is a Cyber Sleuth card or whatever. On play when Digivolving, one of your Digimon gets 3,000 DP for the turn. Then if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, this Digimon gains Raid and Piercing for the turn. Inheritable plus 2k. Your turn.
Yeah, it's probably not great.
Yeah, it seems like kind of a minimal payoff for having stuff in your sources, but you might end up having to play it. I don't know.
I remember the Gargo and the Gardra being infinitely better.
Yeah, I remember the Togemon being the worst one.
The Gargo plays a tamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just read the Gardra. This thing's awesome.
Gardro, on play when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. Then if the Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, Devo one of your opponent's Digimon, inheritable your opponent's turn plus 2k. This is way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
100%.
Way better.
And because of how Jimmy Ken works, you can actually do that multiple times. It's pretty ridiculous.
Oh yeah, because it's not a once per turn. You can just trigger it twice. Period, right? Because
because you want to tuck the dude with the Jimmy Ken by recycling your level 3 effect.
Okay.
So the more Jimmy Kens you have out, the more you
I didn't know you could zoom in
recycle
more.
and go into a new one.
Okay, I'll have to read Jimmy Ken again. I forgot exactly how he worked.
I think the only aspect that Cyber Sleuth's the deck is going to be missing is Galaxy's best part is it gains so much memory, and that's how it's able to go do its plays over and over and over again. When we haven't seen that with Cyber Sleuth yet.
That is true. That's a good point.
Seen some memory gain. We've seen
There's
it a little
some,
bit.
but it's not. It's it's not to the aspect that. Yeah, it's not to the and the level 4s don't search like the level 4s in Galaxy search. Like it seems like what Galaxy should have been, which was like way more fair.
Which is not good.
And archetype locked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and archetype locked. Yes.
All right, Negamon. This is a level 2 breeding main once per turn. You may play one Digimon card with Negamon in its text from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. For each Negamon in your trash or your Digimon sources, further reduce it by 1, then place this Digimon as the play Digimon's bottom evolution card. Breeding all turns. This Digimon can't Evo and effects can't delete or trash it. Inheritable opponent's turn once per turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may change the attack target to one of your Digimon with Negamon in its text.
Weird.
They were
this is gonna be an interesting deck.
Yeah. It's funny that they basically tried to future-proof. Like, there's only a few cards that can trash this out of your breeding area, but they were like future-proofing this, where like you're not going to be able to get it out unless you're playing Negamon.
Yeah. Anyway, let's jump all the way from level 2 to level 6.
Yeah. Abedmon. Shame it's just a rare. On play, when Digivolving, if there are 4 or more total Negamon in your trash and your Digimon sources, you may play 1 Abaddamon core from your hand of trash to your empty breeding area without paying the cost. End of all turns, once per turn, by placing 1 level 6 or lower Digimon card with Negamon and its text from your trash at this Digimon's top source. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the same level as the place card. Assembly -6 with 4 Negamon.
Oh, so you can make them.
So I guess it's just like
You can make them a 5-drop.
it's
Yeah.
assembly is just basically like cross, but like
From your
kind
trash.
of worse.
It's,
just
it's
kinda
specifically
worse.
from your trash, but yeah, it's basically cross.
Yeah, it just worse because you can't because you're only getting this -6, right? Like you can't get more than -6 play cost.
No, unless there's an option or
Yeah.
something to play this for cheaper, because
Right.
the Negamon. Let's see.
So
Yeah.
this would help it play it for less.
No, they have to
No,
all
no.
4 already be in trash in order to assembly.
Right. Okay. Well, it just says Negamon. This says Negamon specifically.
Yeah, it's not Negamon
okay.
and text or anything
Okay,
like that. It is 4 Negamon, which you only have 4 Tamas.
Right. Okay.
The art's cool. This Digimon looks pretty wild.
Yeah,
I love
it's
the art.
it's.
Archetype.
I think this is supposed to be like some more of the form of Eismon, obviously, because
That makes sense.
we never got any more of its line, and this is from the 2020 Digimon Adventure show or anime.
Okay. Then we have the Abaddamon
New
core.
keyword, new keyword, the card.
Yeah, which is a level 7. Breeding opponent's turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by returning 4 Negamon from your trash or your Digimon sources to the bottom of the Digi-Egg deck, this Digimon moves to the battle area. Collision, Piercing, Security Attack +1, Reboot, and Blocker. When moving, which is from breeding to the battle area, or when Digivolving, or when attacking, not once per turn, by placing 3 level 6 or lower Digimon cards with Negamon in their text from your trash as this Digimon's top sources. Delete all of your opponent's lowest level Digimon.
Is it the first time we've seen something say when moving?
Yeah, I think.
Specifically as a trigger of something, but I forget, one of the dragons from EX7 does specify you cannot move 6K or lower Digimon, which means you can't promote them. But that's like the only use of that language that I remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we've ever seen when moving in blue text like that.
Yeah, we've
as,
never
like-
seen it as like a trigger of an effect.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I can't wait to see
I
how
think
this
it's kinda
deck plays.
weird. Yeah, I
Very
think it's
weird.
kind of weird how you get him in the breeding area, because you have to have 4 of your eggs
Yes.
just in trash. It's just weird.
Or in your Digimon sources.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then you just reset your eggs.
Yeah, the fact that it resets your eggs, I wonder if that's going to be like, oh, well, once they, blow their load, they're going to be set back a few turns before they can, do stuff.
I don't know how quickly they can trash their level 2, so...
It seems like it's going to be, once per turn, basically. I mean, unless you're able to abuse Analog Youth or something like that, I'm thinking that it's just going to be, another 4 turns before you can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just Evo into this dude as well.
Yeah,
That's just how you get him for free.
Yeah.
Well, we're certainly gonna find out once we see the deck. So
I am curious if the language of this card is going to confuse new players, because they're going to be like, when moving, so I can just move it
Where does he
around my
move?
board, and then he just triggers.
I just pick it up and moved it a little bit further onto my mat. Effect.
Yeah, effect. Then we have Arata Sonata, which doesn't work with Diaboromon. Let's go.
Yes, it does.
Remember when
It
I
does.
said it'd be hilarious if this card didn't help Diaboromon? Well, guess
It does
what?
help.
Guess what? It's hilarious because it doesn't.
It does. It works with this and the Eater deck.
Okay, sure. So here's a memory setting Arata, which is cool.
Everything everybody wanted.
That is something that everyone that liked Dia wanted, which I agree. They needed a memory setter. Opponent's turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by suspending this tamer, change the attack target to one of your Digimon with the unidentified or CS trait. cool.
Okay, that's where it stands. That's all the support Dia it gets.
Inheritable. Opponent's turn once per turn. One of your opponent's Digimon attacks. If this Digimon is Eater Atom, you may change the attack target to one of your unidentified or CS trait Digimon. The only reason you can even use this with Dia is because they're unidentified. This card is clearly not intended to be used with Dia because you already have one of your better Dias give all of your tokens blocker. This card is not a Dia support card. Get wrecked. Dia supporters in
It
shambles.
is.
But what if?
It is a Dia.
What if we get a better Diaboromon that doesn't give blocker jamming, but genuinely just helps the deck better?
You still wouldn't play this card, I don't think.
You play it. We need that memory setter, and we play it for free.
I mean, honestly, just it being a memory setter could really help the deck, just period. Because you can play it for free.
I mean, you can, but then that limits how many of the good errata you can play for free.
No, you still play 4 of that, and then you play 2 of this.
3.
I'm saying for free, Chris. Obviously, you play 4 of the good errata. I'm saying, like, you can't cheat the other one. If you already have 2 of these on the field, you can't cheat the other ones out.
Yeah.
You 100% could. What are you talking about? You're just mega dummy.
Yeah. My condolences to Dia stands, because, you know, I've put the Dia together over the years. Like, I think the deck's interesting. This card is not what you were waiting for, despite it being the second errata they've ever printed in the history of the game. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, little one. Then there's a new new premium Bandai product, which they did something that I really, really hate, is they gave us alt arts of cards that already have alt arts.
Yeah.
So what is most annoying is, like, I get they needed it to be these specific tamers, but this Owen Dreadnought has an alt art. The other Owen Dreadnought does not. They could have easily just picked that one. What the F?
I picked this one because this is the good one. It like incentivizes people to buy this because it's like the good Owen.
It already has an alt art, though. It does have Lord Grandma in the back, which it does look pretty sick. Not gonna lie, but
isn't that the good Violet too?
Yes, this is a good Violet as well, which already had an alt art. This does look very pretty, I will say that. I think I like this art better than the existing one.
Now, I can't remember if that's that's not the good Shoto, obviously, but they do play a 4-cost Shoto. I don't know if that's the good one.
I believe this is a good one. This is the memory setter from the starter deck that lets you, like, redirect one of your attacks.
So the good one. So yeah, they picked all the good ones, and we're like, these already have alt arts, but we got to get them to buy it.
Yeah, I'm
make it ones.
I don't think, I'm pretty sure that Shoto doesn't have an alt art, and I don't think the Orisa does either. So those two don't have alt arts, but I'm fairly confident that the other 4, these two definitely do, and I'm pretty sure the other 2 already have alt arts.
Yes, the close definitely does.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the Yao whatever also has one. Then we have even more. I believe all of these already have alt arts, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Not saying the art doesn't look good, but
yes, they all do.
Yeah. Just feels like a waste. Then we have reprint alt arts of the Liberator top end. All of these cards also already have alt arts.
Why are there only 5 cards?
Okay, you almost had me.
They missed on a Vizimon.
They really did.
Why is he Viz?
Why can I see him?
Yeah, a goated alt art, and they're like, nah, not anymore.
The OG alt art is definitely going to be hard to top, and that one kind of garbo in comparison. And then you also get Vortex Resonance, which I do agree it did need a reprint, because even though it's literally not played in anything relevant because it's a Liberator card, it was like $20 or $30. So, like, if it ever like got to where, like, you're playing it in decks, it was going to be like $100 card. The alt art does look really pretty. I do like this alt art. This looks nice.
Yeah, I like the full art card.
Yeah. I believe this card sucks and always has, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Digimon Liberator. Why not reprint it? I mean, it's a promo. Might as well. So yeah, Digimon. It's a Bandai product. Then we also have alt arts of Zephiga, Cinderella, Ryugamon. Oh, that's a good one. It already has an alt art, but whatever. Pyramidi, Necromon, which this alt art actually looks pretty dope, and then an alt art of Medusa.
I like the design of that. How it's like in the art. I like that.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
I think it looks nice. Most of these cards already have alt arts, if not all of them, if I'm not mistaken. Which Cinderella is
I
this?
think all of them, yeah. But if it's the deck one.
The what?
If starter deck one, it doesn't have one, but if it's the set one, it definitely has one.
Yeah, the Cinderella's from EX7, so that one does have an alt art. The Zephiga is from the starter deck, but I think the Zephiga already has an alt art, if I'm not mistaken. If it doesn't, that's cool, I guess. 1 out of 6, I guess. Because I think the starter deck one is the better one, if I'm not mistaken. Of the Zephigas.
Yeah,
it's the one that gains immunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have box toppers for EX9. We have the BT20 Dorumon, which this looks pretty nice. Hopefully these have texture.
Wouldn't get your hopes up.
I'm not. Then we have Devimon that's legible, but we're not going to read it because we already did. Then we have high quality Karamon and Kurisarimon. Yeah, it's so weird, dude. The fact that some of the cards are actually going to be Dia support, but the errata is just basically not. Just disappointing. And we have Dracomon as a box topper for X9. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks nice. I like that. It's cute.
Yeah. And then we have...
Oh, there it is.
This beautiful thing right here. These look like they should be SPs.
Brandon's gonna have to explain to his wife why they have to push back on having a child again. He's gonna be like, "Hey, honey,
I really need to afford these cards."
Tiny cardboard.
Diapers.
Yeah.
Diapers. But have you seen this?
Have you seen this shiny cardboard? It's sick AF. These are gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm curious if we're gonna get
It
SPs
is.
of any of these. I'm assuming Alteressa is gonna get an SP.
It is very, very cool.
This guy's art, I think it gives the impression of what's going to happen to your opponent when he hits the board, because he's just like...
He's got that O face. He's like,
He's like, hey, I can either take this or you can give it up willingly, but either way. Then we have Devimon. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play 1 Jimmykin from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable on deletion, you may return 1 Digimon card with a flame or CS trait from your trash to the hand. Jimmykin. I don't like that his last name is in all caps.
Well, he's it's like a pop star
reference.
Whatever, dude. Skullmarimon. Main once per turn by paying 3 memory, delete 1 of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. If this effect didn't delete, the Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn, then the Digimon may attack. On deletion, draw 2 and trash 1 card in your hand. Inheritable on deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with a flame or CS trait from your trash without paying the cost. This card actually seems pretty good.
This one I think is the best one out of the line.
Yeah. This seems playable.
Yeah. It just sucks that if you want to play like Jimmykin's deck, you have to like wait 2 sets.
Yeah. Then we have EX9 box topper. This Huckmon goes dummy hard. This looks sick.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It is really nice. And then we have high quality of the new Demi V that's intended for Old Force. This is absolutely adorable.
Yes.
He's just eating cakes, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh,
God, I love it so much. I want some.
I mean, it is kind of sad.
I'm starting to think Sean's. I'm starting to think. Yeah, I'm starting to think Sean's new favorite Digimon isn't Black War Agumon anymore. It's just Vmon.
I've told you guys. I've said that on the podcast. Like I hate the Vmon from the show, but
No, I just think your favorite Digimon.
no, it's not my favorite
Vmon.
Digimon. It's not my favorite Digimon.
I don't know. I've seen you play way more Vmons than any other card.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Greymon can't be good every format. In fact, it hasn't been good for several formats. So, I like to play things that are good and not things I'm just going to get stomped with.
We are at a point where Greymon hasn't been good for over 10 formats.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. I think the last time it was good, it should have won Worlds, if I'm not mistaken.
It's because they keep sticking them in this stupid niche with Garurumon.
Yeah.
Greymon needs his independence, damn it.
Sag. Give us Greymon X back, dude. He's not hurting anything. Then we have Kawagamon has a training effect, and then on play when attacking by placing one card in your hand face down as Digimon's bottom source. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It can't unsuspend in their next unsuspend phase. Inheritable piercing.
Seems alright. I mean, I like how they...
It's not a hard lock. Like, you can still unsuspend it, just not during the unsuspend phase. So
Yeah.
it's not a hard start.
Yeah, so like if you do have effects that unsuspend you, it's not just like completely locked out, but I mean, this is
I was gonna
okay, I guess.
I was gonna say I still like how it's like pseudo tyrant support.
Yeah, it definitely. That's the first thing that I thought of when I read this. Is like, I mean, playing this for Freak Off Tyrant, but like, I don't know if this makes the cut just based off of like the rest of the deck because it doesn't.
I agree.
It doesn't buff your DP. You're probably bot decking something anyway, so like, I don't know if this would.
I'd only see it for the piercing. Like,
yeah,
that was maybe it.
Because like this training effect.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I like how his little chibi art is just like little Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah, it is. That looks nothing like the. I forget. I haven't been looking down here because I forget that they've done that for the set, but I should have been looking because I do.
Oh, the Mamemon is the best one. He's just a circle.
Just a circle.
Yeah, little gray circle.
Then we have Jimmy Kin.
Yeah.
It's a memory setter. Your turn when your Digimon are played or Digivolve. If any of them have the Flame or CS trait, by suspending this tamer, activate one of those Digimon's main effects. If this activated any effect, gain one memory.
So basically, if you remember the level 3s, as an inheritable had main tuck to do stuff. Whether it was like draw a card, gain a memory, or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So this gains you a memory and lets you keep recycling those effects.
That's pretty good.
So your tamer gives you... so if we're looking at the Galaxy engine, imagine we had a tamer that said activate one of your Corona or Luna's inheriteds again.
Well, this doesn't bypass... this doesn't bypass their once per turn clauses, so if they have once per turn, you wouldn't be able to do it again. Just so you know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The weirdest part is they gave this effect to Jimmy and not what I assumed would be like the main character's effects. It's like it's weird that this is. I love Jimmy, but he's just a side antagonist who's not even like key to the story.
Whoa!
He's just a menace. He's like
a antagonist.
Yeah, yes. It's just weird that this wasn't given to like the main protags.
I could see this being something like Yuko, or is it Yuko? The boy?
Because this is definitely going to have to be a 4 of in the deck.
I'd say probably like a 3.
This is like your main strat. This is how you start redoing your stuff. This is like
we don't even know what the payoff is yet for CS. All we know is like the engine.
We haven't even seen more of the level 5s. We've just the Flame level 5 guys.
Yeah. This is a promo for the game.
Yeah, Aegiomon, which is Jupitermon's champion, apparently. This is a yellow vaccine. He's a 4-drop blocker with barrier. With barrier is an inheritable. All good things.
That's his trait.
I literally said vaccine. It was almost.
Did you already say vaccine? Okay. Oh, I was waiting. No, because he always waits and goes, you guys know this is a yellow vaccine?
No, that was the first thing I said.
I blocked that out. I was waiting for it at the end. You guys know this is a yellow vaccine?
Yeah. He's also, Time Stranger trait? Is that what the TS is?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So this is a promo that comes out with the collector's edition of Time Stranger, which I apparently need to pre-order.
Good luck. The collector's editions are all but pretty much sold out everywhere.
How much are they?
Probably
The collector's edition
something.
Yeah, it's like 200.
Oh, okay. Well, I probably want to.
It comes with a lot. It comes with a lot, like a statue, like.
John, for you specifically, you can just pre-order the normal version of the game, and it will give you immediate access to Black Agumon and Black Agumon. You don't even need any of the extra stuff. You just can pre-order the normal version.
Okay.
If you want the cards, you're not gonna. Yeah, you're gonna have to probably buy them.
Yeah, the collector's edition does come with these 4 cards. The Agumon is the only new one. The other 3 are alt arts of the EX5 cards. Why they chose to reprint them.
So the weird part. Hold on. Let's say this. Let's be happy that they're just reprints and not new promo cards that have really good effects that you'd actually want to play. You know, then they would be like, "Hey, you're kind of blocking this out from everyone." You know,
that'd be a massive paywall if it was like tier 1. That'd be so funny.
certain card games would potentially do that.
Yeah.
Now the unfortunate part is, I believe the Lunamon and the Coronamon's other alt arts are just better.
Most likely, obviously, we can't see these in person yet, but there's a good chance because their alt arts are very pretty.
The Grace Nova looks cool compared to the other alt art, but I think the illustration art looks better than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's if even played it, which you obviously don't.
Right.
Because it's
right.
I also have a suspicion that we're going to get the promo that's in there, the Agumon. I think we're actually going to get him as a wide release before the game even comes out.
I would assume. He's probably going to be in a tournament pack.
Yep. I was going to say it's going to be like a tournament pack situation or something. This is just going to be a way better alt art version of him.
Yeah, it's just going to be a really pretty shiny version. That's what I want, though. Then we have alt art EX6 Zubamon. This is going to be an EX9 box topper. I mean, cool, I guess. This deck sucks, but...
At least it's not the raid one, because I'd be pissed because I picked those up like a little while ago.
I would want it to be the raid.
Should have been the raid one.
It should have been the raid one.
It should have been me.
Yeah. Then we have a promo. This is from the new tournament pack. Dimetromon does have a security effect. You may play 1 card with the Liberator trait, any play cost of 4 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost. It does have progress on level 4, which is kind of nasty. And then,
the best part,
inheritable your turn once per turn when your opponent's security stack is removed from, gain 1 memory. So this is immediately a 4 of in Medusa strat.
Yeah, because you can basically swing with this, and then using your tamers and your stuff, you can just evo up a chain, right?
You would have to have the delay options out or multiple Gigimons in order to evo all the way up, because Gigi's once per turn.
Gotcha. Okay, it's still good.
Yeah, it's still good. Like, it's definitely a card that easily replaces one of the 4s you were just playing just to fill space. Probably.
I think hopefully the next Medusamon's an ace, because like you Digivolve, you swing with this, it lives. Digivolve into the level 5, and then that's potentially passing turn, and then you know maybe you have like an ace. Yeah,
could be. Then we have another insect. Kabuterimon does have training. On play, when Digivolving by placing 1 card in your hand face down the Digimon's bottom source. Suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon. It can't unsuspend in the next unsuspend phase. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. Suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon.
So the exact same thing. Got it. Just different inheritable.
Yeah. Cool. It's green, so it sucks, I guess. Chimeramon, secret rare. This has Rush and Security Attack +1. On play or when Digivolving, you may place 1 level 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash as this Digimon's top Digivolution card, then delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with the same color as any of this Digimon's sources. If this Digimon has 6 or more colors in its sources, instead delete 1 of each of your opponent's Digimon with different colors. All turns Digimon gets 1000 DP for each color in its Digivolution cards. Assembly -7 with 7 level 4 DM trait Digimon cards with different names when this Digimon will be played, blah blah blah. We know what Assembly does.
I mean, it seems like a cool card.
It's a 3-drop.
I don't either. Yeah, it is. The problem is, like, you have to play it in the DM deck.
Yeah, I mean, is obviously, like, this is the DM payoff, is this guy, apparently. I mean, it seems cool, but like, yeah.
I'll be pissed if I pulled this.
Yeah, this would go dummy hard versus adventure.
Because the other one is Machine Dramon, right?
So, like, yes, it's this and Machine Dramon.
I'd be pissed if I pulled this. So
yeah, I mean, maybe you can cope and try to build a deck with it for locals.
Doubt it. It's okay. I mean, like I said, I'm sure someone's cooking something up with this card. I saw a lot of people excited for this. I don't know why.
Because it's Chimeramon, I guess.
Yeah, maybe we just
I will say,
the sauce.
I like the white card and then the purple border. That looks pretty cool.
It does look cool.
And then the green, like the green outline. I just really like the coloring of the card.
Yeah.
I really wish they would have put the sample anywhere other than on the main effect of the card.
Yeah, I was struggling to read some of these words right here because of... Why do they even put sample on there? Are they afraid people are going to steal the images?
Yes.
Probably.
Stupid. EX6 Ludamon is going to be a box topper for EX9. Cool.
Nice. People are still playing Ragna.
Are they?
No.
Then we have Atmon support that no one asked for. Let's go. Tweetmon. On play, draw one. When linking, draw one. That's probably a 4 of, I would assume.
Yeah, it's probably bump up their consistency a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 2,000 extra DP. Can't forget about that.
And then Holy Balls. This is sick AF. It's a shame this card sucks.
Yep.
Man, this looks really nice.
So beautiful.
It is really pretty.
Suck it, listeners. You don't get to see what we're talking about.
It's the alt art tie-in map from EX9. It is very pretty. It's a shame that it's probably not going to go in your deck.
And you know what's the best
Sean,
part about this?
What?
The best part about this is they fixed my biggest complaint with the BT17 one.
They're on the right side.
Oh, yeah. They're on the right side.
Matt is on his side, and it actually lines up with their names.
Yeah.
OCD.
All right, Sean, for the listeners out there, you're going to have to explain to them what this card looks like. Go.
It's got Ty and Matt on it, and then it has Blitz Greymon and Crescarumon behind them, and it's cut in half. Ty's side is all red, and Matt's side is all blue.
Perfect.
Yeah, they look like they're about to digivolve into Alter S.
Yeah, probably. I liked it in the show when they started sliding. That was they slid evoed from Omni to Alter S. That was really cool.
Oh, I haven't seen that. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I think there's even a few spots where they have double cannon and double sword.
Ooh.
Like they have one.
Yeah, it was like the best part of the entire show.
What show is this?
They redid Adventure. Yeah, they redid Adventure in 2020 and came out with this. And when I tell you, like episode 1, they went into Omnimon. It was kind of bonkers.
What service is it on?
It's
on Crunchyroll.
You can watch it in Crunchyroll or Hulu, I think. Hulu. English dub included.
Okay, good, because I don't watch sub.
Brandon's pissed. Brandon.
Oh, don't get me started on it.
Brandon stopped watching.
Redoes our war games.
Yeah, Brandon stopped watching because the episode where Metal Greymon digivolves into War Greymon and he's absolutely massive is actually like a good episode. But the one where
it's such a highlight episode where it's like, oh, it's actually involved in the plot.
Yeah. Like it's a callback because he's fighting against Parrotmon, which is from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for Metal Garu, it's just because Wargarurumon. It is. It's like he has to go faster. He's like racing against a bike, and he's like, I gotta go faster. So he digivolves into Metal Garu, and it's so bad. But I've told Brandon this. The episode where he digivolves into Crescarumon is genuinely a good episode. Like the Crescarumon episode's really good.
What made it sting even worse is they had the potential to have a much, much better episode.
That's where we get That's the show where we get the Gabumon on our cross. That actually happened.
Yeah.
That is not like Gabumon a made picture by someone.
Yeah, Gabumon is being crucified. Matt shows up, saves him, and then finally admits
Like,
to Gabumon
friendship!
that he is his only friend. And like, you're thinking, oh, his crest is friendship. He's about to go into his level 6 for the first time. No,
Nope.
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
We've already seen Sagittarius. It was like the perfect episode, and they were like, nah.
That's what you get for being a fan of Matt.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sean.
It's a struggle out here, man.
Yeah, you'll like the War Greymon in the show because he is huge. There's always been like size weirdness with like discrepancies with them. In this, he's like ties like a little ant to him.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes more sense.
Metal Greymon is like small, not small, medium building size. Like he's at least 5 stories of just Metal Greymon.
War Greymon's like a skyscraper. So yeah,
that's crazy.
All right, but yeah, is this a new Vikemon Ace?
This is a pre-release for
it's
BT22 winner Alt Art Vikemon Ace. This is part of the portrait we're going to get that includes Paladin mode that we've already had.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is cool. So you can get a potential Alt Art. And then we have Alt Art Abdomon Core. This looks sick AF.
Yep.
It does.
That deck's probably going to be cheeks. Then we have Metal Greymon Alt Art, which this looks pretty nice.
This goes well with the other one where he's like coming out of the Digivice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool. I like that.
It looks nice. Then we have high quality of the Apollomon Ace, which is also going to be in the tournament pack. We've already seen this card, but it looks nice.
Yeah. I like it. I like it more than the regular art. I like the definition on it. I mean, of the other Apollomon. I'm sorry, of the other Apollomon that we have.
Okay. I was like, what? Then this is the SP Metal Greymon. I'm assuming this is
my god.
It's probably going to look way cooler in person.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not...
He's a chibi.
It doesn't go as hard.
He is a chibi. Yeah, he's like a little tiny.
Yeah, it doesn't go as hard as some other SPs.
Yeah.
Like, this could easily just been like an alt art, but I do love it. I think it's adorable.
Yeah, I do appreciate that they've full committed to not being the mono color that you can't even tell what the hell's going on in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens when we get SP Alter S and he's just a chibi?
I would probably love it.
I would love it.
I would absolutely love it. And then we have Musimon. Your turn once per turn when the Digimon gets linked. If you have one or fewer tamers, you may play one Torajiro Asuka from your hand without paying the cost. Then when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
Huh. I was kind of surprised it's not just, what's his name, Hero? Is it Hero? No.
I forgot what his name is, but yeah, the guy that we've already gotten for Atmon.
The Atmon tamer, yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Mediamon. On play when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. Your turn once per turn when Digimon gets linked, you may play one level 3 Digimon card with Atmon trait from your hand without paying the cost. And then when attacking, link effect, you may play one level 3 Digimon card with the Atmon trait from your hand without paying the cost.
Seems
Atmon cards, they Atmon stuff.
Yep, there's Atmons be Atmonin, I guess. Alright, comment questions. Justin So 8231. Can the three of you each name your top 10 US cities in mainland USA?
No.
I haven't been to enough. No idea.
I will give you 3.
I can't even
San
do
Diego.
that.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Okay.
Atlanta, because when me and E went up there for the
hell no.
Atlanta's one of the top 3 cities in the US.
The area we were in for the Sonic Symphony was actually a very nice area, and actually driving through it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
So wherever we went for the Digimon tournament, bad spot.
Yeah, and where we stayed in our motel as well. Yeah, I have not been to enough city. I can tell you that I haven't been to a city, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could move here. So, unfortunately,
what's your third, Brandon?
Where I live right now, which I'm not doxing myself.
Fair.
Want to know why it's in the top 3? Because we just got a Longhorn.
Because you live here? Question mark. All right. Steven Perez, E2D. Hey, bro, just got to say your deck profile are tops, bro. I was wondering, do you also do pulls? Thank you. I do. I try to open up one box of each new set on the channel, but other than that, I don't do pulls. So, occasionally.
Occasionally. It's very frustrating because when we all buy our box that night, we were like, man, we might need this one card. And Sean's like, well, you're not going to know until I open this for the channel tomorrow.
I mean, if it were up to me, I would open it when you guys get to open it. It sucks that I have to wait, but like otherwise I'm not gonna have the content if I don't wait.
I know. It's just like
I just posted a video and I'm like, hey guys, I pulled these cards out of my box that I opened already off camera.
Sean just gets to sit there and watch us all have fun. Unless even if you buy multiple boxes, you do them all on the
Yeah, I put them in my bag and just watch you guys open your stuff and get excited. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully my box is good.
This is fun.
Yeah. That is all. Thank you for being a channel member. Brandon looking like a Bond villain with his cat.
Yep, she's right here. She has been sleeping next to me the entire podcast. So.
Yo, she is passed out. Chilling. She's laying on your. Wow, you waking her up,
way to
dude.
Wake her up.
What a beehole! All right,
dude. She gets the pets and she's just immediately like, yes, pet me more.
Well, obviously. Dareday 436. You guys will have the reveals for this week in the next video, but man, I really gotta say Jimmy's deck is so ass. There's absolutely no way you can justify me that a deck whose whole gimmick is paying extra memory for stuff that could be on player when evolving will be fun to play even as a low tier. Even if the tamer had a hypothetically better effect and let you use the main effects for free, that still means that you have a deck whose whole gimmick is paying extra memory, and the only time you stop paying extra memory is if you see your tamer, at least Link Dragons, who also had one tamer they were dependent on at the time, at least had floodgate effects that would slow down your opponent. Meanwhile, Flame is just basic stuff like gain security attack and gain rush. Have fun playing a deck where the phrase, if I had one more memory, I could have done something, becomes your catchphrase. That is very true.
Yeah.
Well, here's the good news.
It's a good thing
you don't have to play his...
that deck.
Yeah, you just put him in a CS deck.
Yeah, you play him in Cyber Sleuth and be okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're correct, though. His archetype
Sleuth.
is Cheeks.
Yeah.
Magnum Assassin 2145. Only in Dallas is everything closes down at 10. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, it's wild. Why?
It's so stupid. Some people actually commented on why, apparently.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Smitty the Pity. I was the arcades player that likes Tekken. LOL. 'Twas a pleasure playing against you. Dallas traffic is Cheeks and Wise curfew 9 p.m. Terry Black Barbecue is pretty fire. We couldn't go this time around.
Very good.
Oh yeah, it was so good. Sean's over there drinking.
Some would say it's so good the barbecue's drinkable.
It was so good. Adaptive reasoning. I had to learn to drive in Dallas traffic. I still have PTSD. The restaurants close earlier in Texas on Saturday because a lot of workers have church at the butt crack of dawn, or they have the Sunday morning shift where they have to deal with church people fresh out of service, and they're often a nightmare to deal with. I do not begrudge their early evening. I think the late night heathens go to bars.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, why is it all week? It closes at 9 all week.
Someone else also threw in their 2 cents on why they close early.
Yeah.
It has to do something with the barbecue, like having to the way they cook it or something. I don't know.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely barbecue based.
Yeah, it has something to do with the fact that they serve barbecue. That's what it is.
I don't know.
Benjamin Wiseman 6567. Your Texas Adventurous sounded like a mixed bag, but glad you guys stuck it out through the tournament and did well. How long before we get a Growlmon based Phoenixmon and updated Numemon deck profiles on the channel?
Overall, the mixed bag, I still had fun, even if we were stuck in traffic for as long as we were, because we just had like funny moments.
Yeah.
Throughout it, so that was never like I wouldn't say I had any negative experience like throughout the whole weekend. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Whether we were talking about what you do with socks, whether or not it was a good
or portal guns,
the portal gun, Ben intrusive thoughts, like we had a good time.
Nah, you're good. Zoom.
If Chris didn't immediately say this deck sucks, I was gonna do the Numemon deck, but
I didn't say the deck sucks. I just had I had a really bad time with it that night.
Okay. Well, if Chris brings it to locals in the near future, I'll do a deck profile of it. I've been messing around with the Phoenix Growlmon deck. If I can figure a list out that doesn't feel worse than a Magijimon deck, I'll post it on the channel.
The biggest changes I see on the list, it's literally just all the Magidramon stuff, and then the biggest changes are like the bait I see people are with the War Growlmon. Once you hit the level 5s,
yeah, that's when do you deviate completely and not play any War Growls, or do you play some?
Right. I've seen people play the War Growlmon with the Phoenix X, and then I've seen I'm sorry, not the Phoenix, the Garudamon X. And then I've seen some people play like EX1 Garudamon with like Garudamon X's. Like that's, and then I see some people playing with the Adventure Garudamon and then the Garuda X. Like the only consistent level 5 is the Garuda X, obviously.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's two different, it seems like, branches of people. The people who play the Oryumon ones with the Alphamon DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Or the with the Phoenix X, obviously, or the ones playing Phoenixmon with the Phoenix X's. Now, I personally think the Phoenix X and the Phoenixmon lines are maybe better in my opinion, because I think that just kills your opponent like right away. Like the Oryumon's cute, and you have that like option to DNA into Alphamon, but it's just like, is that just win more?
Yeah.
You know, if you just play the Phoenix X line with the Phoenixmon, one, it's like you have a little bit maybe more consistency because you don't have to play like Protoform. All right, you don't have to see the Protoforms. You can just go Phoenixmon into Phoenix X, and then just swing, do a bunch of massive damage, and kill your opponent potentially. But I don't know. I think it just depends on how you want to build the list.
Yeah. Jordan Worley, how about that Omni DNA list? If Brandon brings it and he's willing to, I'll put it on the channel.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll do it Tuesday or something.
Okay. Green Hill Mario, with Omni DNA Alter S, how would the EX9 Matt tie compare to BT17? As someone who doesn't play the deck, it makes more sense to run more of the EX9 one, since you'd only want to see one copy of BT17 to close the game at the end of turn attack. Draw hand fixing immediately seems more important than the end of turn attack for a guy who should only be needing to summon once to win. That's not really how it works, especially when the memory gain inherit is the same for both of them. Unless there's something different between those effects, hoping to get some insight, since people are telling me the old one is better when I've only really lost to Omni by being put in check with level 6 Miraculous and having to gamble and not actually the end of turn attack.
Doesn't the BT17 one gain like a way more memory than that?
They both
gain the same amount.
They both gain the same amount of memory. So you are correct. You only really need one BT17. However, just playing one is not the appropriate mindset for a card that you want to see
to win the game.
Yeah. You want to play 4 of a card that you need to see in order to win the game. The EX9 is literally just a worse version, as we explained in the reviews.
Drawing and quote unquote hand fixing, we're getting better.
Only once. It only happens. It only happens like one time, right?
Yeah,
the on play.
Once. You're getting better cards that do that in BT22. So we're getting Nokia, we're getting a Gabumon that searches, we're getting an Agumon that recycles. So once we hit BT22, this card is just entirely inert. Like, it's just gone.
Yeah.
And as far as comparing it to BT17, BT17 is better because it just allows you to win games as Omnimon just straight up.
Yes.
Even if you're not end of turn DNAing, you could Evo into Alter B and still be able to swing with it.
Yes.
And I've stolen a lot of games because my opponent's like, haha, you can't do it. I'm just like, Alter B swing.
I've made that mistake. I keep forgetting that you can do that because I'm like, if I choke him to 1, I can't get Alter B, and you're just like,
I don't think I've ever heard or seen anyone go, haha, you can't win.
I have not said it out loud, but I have thought it in my head. There's no haha. There is, I'm pretty sure I don't lose here, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you can just do that.
Yeah, you got me.
You got me.
Also, I'm gonna double check something. on. You can read the next one. I'm just gonna double check something for myself.
DigiDaddies played the mirror with Ben in round 6.
Oh.
It was a real pleasure to play against him. He was cool enough to be in a small clip from my vlog. LOL.
Hell yeah. Send the link. Comment the link so we can see the video.
Yeah,
because I want to see Ben in the vlog because we know Ben, so I know exactly. He's just.
Yeah, I got this. Hold on.
Yeah, here we go. Yep. Yeah, comment the link on this one, on this episode's podcast. Do it on this one. So
if it'll let him. I think it's pretty particular about posting links if you're not the channel owner.
Or, I guess if not the channel,
YouTube
or if
specifically,
not the
I
link.
have no control over that.
Yeah, post the channel that the vlog will be on.
Yeah.
It might just be DigiDaddies. That's.
Yeah, I mean,
could
I'm 95% sure it's the Digivlog 10 Mesquite Regional.
Okay.
40 minutes.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
I'll have to check that out. Random Mexican 123. I knew you were going to play Magna DNA because you mentioned buying Hexablau. I took it too as well, but had a terrible day at regionals. I made some bad choices though. Note: cannot trust ECGO randomness because I was bricking all day. Those are the games you lose, so the ones you can't play. Yeah. Really good deck. Still tweaking it to my liking. Hopefully I can top 16 or win a regional in the near future because I am playing in the other 2 this month.
Luck is a part of it.
It is. Blast off, Bobby. Some friends of mine talked to one of you guys about wrestling, I think. LOL. It was definitely Brandon or Chris because...
That was
definitely
me.
Brandon, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
He also said, I had seen you there. I had half a mind to go and say hi, but didn't want to come off as a nerd. LMAO.
No, I don't think you had to worry. There were plenty of people who came up and asked for like pictures with Sean and had him sign stuff. And then Sean immediately looked away and goes, "What a bunch of losers. What a bunch of weirdos."
For those of you that can't understand sarcasm, Chris is joking.
Yeah, that was sarcasm.
Hachiko42 responded to him. Thank you for being a channel member. I mean, he starts every video with sup nerds. You'd probably be okay to come off as a nerd, LOL. Yes, we're all nerds. So,
I mean, look at Sean's wall back there.
Yes, I am also a nerd.
Look at Brandon's, like, and mine.
Yeah.
Like,
we're all nerds here. Justin So 8231, best podcast ever. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jack Shintaku 4965, thank you for being a channel member. Last guy sounds cringe. Agreed. He's talking about your last.
It was. it was pretty. It was pretty bad. Thanks for reminding me. I blocked that guy out of my memory.
I'd forgotten about him.
God.
Oreo X1000 would be interested in the new mail list. Yeah, if Chris brings it,
I'll bring it.
I'll post it.
If we would have read these before Friday, I would have brought it Friday and we could have done it then. We had time.
We did. We had lots of time. Quartzman, glad I decided against going to pre-reg an hour out of the way and in traffic. I played against that Phoenix Gilmon deck too. Never seen it before either, and it seemed like he was getting endless memory gains. The high rolls are much higher than Megidramon. However, you will brick much harder than Megidramon does.
I agree. It does seem a little bit more inconsistent. Yeah.
Hachiko42, thank you for being a channel member again. Released the 9-hour trip podcast. I responded and said I think that would get me demonetized.
Yep, there was some things.
Yeah, we were having adult conversations.
At one point, we were just saying stuff that make Ben uncomfortable. Ben was clearly into the conversation.
I was being dead serious with my stance, but it was making it more enjoyable knowing Ben kind of egged on the debate, but also wasn't enjoying having to sit through it.
Then we're all just saying out of pocket stuff, just get reactions out of him.
Yeah. Goatboy TM 4676. Yeah, that's Avalt version of the Zefka deck. That would make sense as to why there's something random in it. The Octomon and the Zefka list.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Robbie Martin 323A shout out. Yes.
Hey Robbie. He's
Robbie,
still alive.
When we all pulled our BBmon alt arts from our participant packs, we all thought of you.
And we threw them away.
Yeah.
So he's not getting these.
We promptly threw them in the trash. Tony Pino 18. Oh, so you, Sean, lost to one of our local players, Caleb, playing McGeedramon. Very cool guy, and got to play on stream twice that day. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. I enjoyed our match, even though I lost. Dauntless 5648. I love how EX9 early DM reveals made me think I was skipping the set, and then reveal Machine Dramon, Altares, and some cards that might actually make DM decos a thing, or decks a thing. I'm assuming that's a typo. Excited to try out a few different Altares formulas. I'll be fiending for those alt arts. Yeah, I think that's how me and Brandon felt about the set as well. Is like it's super trash, and they revealed some Altares stuff, and I'm like,
it's literally just EX1 where you just want like a few of the cards. You know, you're like, I just want these right here. I don't want to have to buy multiple boxes of this set. I just want to get these couple cards.
And it's got the retro borders, dude. It's literally EX1 Part 2.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm going to buy one box, call it a day, and then get singles. Because it's going to be way cheaper in the long run to just buy the alt arts. So
yeah,
I'll get one just to open, and then, just buy singles.
Yeah. Jim the Kid, the third place player, is one of my locals' top players, which is cool to see. He also won one of the side events with the Galacticmon that day. As for me, I just hope when I can return to locals, I can get better and find my place in the top contenders at least. Also, Cat Copium early in the pod. Thanks, Brandon. To answer you about Texas restaurants, blame 2019. I think he means 2020. The virus word that's forbidden. All places use that as an excuse to close earlier, and it hasn't went back to normal since.
That's fair, because Walmart did the same thing. We went... Yeah, Walmart. It was the perfect excuse for Walmart's to be like, we don't have to do overnights anymore. Yeah, okay, we just closed.
Yeah, Walmart used to be 24/7. Now they close at like 11 o'clock now. Where am I supposed to buy my groceries at 3 a.m. now, Walmart?
Gas stations.
Those closed too, dude.
That's fair.
Upgrade Bob. I was the purple hybrid player you played against. Cool meeting you. Was that you, Chris?
Oh yeah, that was Bob. Big Booty Bob.
I forgot about that name. Yeah.
He said that. I was like, oh god. Okay. He was a cool guy. I enjoyed playing against him. He was very chill.
Cactus DX LMAO wart. That's a response to you saying warp, Brandon.
Yep.
It's like a
Halo references for the win.
Yeah. Sir Snails 3925. LOL, live in Dallas, and yeah, you gotta have shortcuts to get around town and avoid the rush hours, which is almost every hour. Yeah,
24/7.
Terrible traffic. Tony Pino 18, the guy who got third with Virus and Pure Dramon, beat me so fast I think everybody was still shuffling. Very cool guy though. And Kenneth Smith 4025, thank you for being a channel member. Great seeing and getting to talk to you guys at the event. Likewise.
Thank you.
And then the Captain Chan, I think I got you beat on crap packs. I got 2 quarts in the eggs, or in the egg. Also, nice Nagi shirt to Brandon.
That was a birthday gift from Chris. Blue Lock, one of the best animes we had. Season 1. Season 2 was a little. It was good at the
Season
last
2 had like 2 episodes. Yeah, it had like two episodes.
Who?
Blue Lock. It's an anime.
No, who asked?
Oh. You're right.
Well,
fair.
He mentioned it, therefore you have to get a tangent all about it.
I guess so. I don't know, man. I got 2 more packs for getting top 64, right? And I pulled a Quartzmon and a Doraemon out of my top 64 packs. Like not even alt art Quartzmon. Yeah. It's just regular art. It's just regular Quartzmon with the border. Yeah. That was the last comment question, but yeah, that was my event packs were so bad. Hopefully the law of averages works out, and like my packs for the other 2 regionals this month are good, because I was real disappointed in my pulls. Yeah. I mean, granted, there's only like 2 cards I would want to pull. It's either be Rivals or Shadramon. But I mean, at least some of them are worth money, even if I don't want them. Yeah. All right, boys. Well, have a good day. You too. Brandon, are you coming at 3?
Why would I?
To go see Ballerina, the John Wick movie.
Today.
Yes, we've been. This guy, Sean. This guy, Sean. I mean,
I'm gonna play.
All right. Well, message me if you're coming.
All right, later.
Bye.
Uh,